The biggest struggle I had growing up was social anxiety. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I go and see my friends, I'm always thinking of what am I gonna say. I always run out of things to say, and I never knew how to deal with it. And I'm not gonna say I don't still deal with it to this day, because I do. However, it doesn't control my life in the same way that it used to. And so in this video, I want to share the tricks that I learned that helped me learn to deal with social anxiety. The first tip I have is you don't get better at anything by not doing it. This is very simple, but when it comes to social anxiety, the reason why a lot of people are anxious about it is because you don't talk to that many people. I know that was the case for me. I've always grown up a shy kid, so I'm not the type of person who had a conversation with everybody growing up, who would always talk to someone at lunch. That wasn't my life. So, especially as someone who stays at home a lot, the price of a conversation seems to just go up, and it makes it you value each one. You feel like you have to stand on each one. But what I realize is the more you talk and the more people you talk to, the less you care about what you say, which makes you have more honest conversations. This made it that I didn't practice what I was saying anymore because I was just used to talking. That would have came to mind. So the more you practice speaking with people, the better you're gonna get at it. The second thing is that your confidence in life will translate to your social anxiety. If you ask me when I was truly controlled by my social anxiety, I would probably tell you that I wasn't shy. I just had nothing to say. And I truly believe that. I just felt like if I have nothing to say, there's no reason to force a conversation, to force any thoughts, anything like that, which I still truly believe. But what I didn't realize at the time was that ultimately I was just being controlled by the fact that I was very low in confidence at the time. I would stutter a lot because I didn't know what I was even talking about. But in general, once I started improving my confidence in other areas of my life, that's when I noticed the way I spoke got better. My social anxiety got easier to deal with because I realized, okay, this is a person just like I am, and I'm pretty confident in who I am, so let me go and speak with this person. So in general, the more confident you get, the easier it gets. The third thing I also had to realize was you regret not doing things more than you regret doing them. There were so many times where I saw a girl that I found attractive and I wanted to talk to her, but the idea of that was crazy. So I said, she looks good, but I'm never gonna speak to her. And every time I didn't do it, I would always regret it. I'm like, damn, I should have spoke to that girl. I should have spoken to that girl. What if she was the one? I don't know, because you never did it, right? And I would always live with these regrets. Then eventually, what ended up happening was I was put in situations where I kind of had to shoot in terms of I'm with my group of friends. If I don't go inside this conversation, we might not go inside this conversation. I'm like, okay, I guess I have to. And what that ended up doing was it just made me better at doing it overall. And so then what ended up happening is I gained more confidence in doing that. And I started translating it to other areas. And I just got better and better and better. And I realized also, even when I wouldn't fail to get the number, I felt better doing it than when I would think to myself, oh, I should have done it. Now, obviously, like I said, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. To the point of now, I go by myself. I'll be in locations where before I told myself I would never do it. And I found myself doing it. I was at the gym the other day and I had the same thought that I always do. I can't shoot my shot at that gym. That's where people work out. That's weird. Don't do it. Don't do it. And at the same time, I caught this girl looking at me time after time after time. I'm like, I know I should, but everything in my body saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And I would love to say that I did it the first time that I saw her, but no, it took me time and time after seeing this girl just look at me and me thinking to myself, I should have done it. Battling with the part of me that's saying I should do and the part of me that's saying I shouldn't. But eventually I did it. All I did was spark a simple conversation. And when I did, I felt so proud of myself. Not because, oh, I got the number or anything like that, but because for so long I would have told myself this is somewhere we can't do that, to hide the part of me that is just genuinely scared of being embarrassed, especially at somewhere that I value like the gym. So the fact that I was able to do it is where I'm able to see that there was actual growth in me. Now, obviously, I could tell you all these things, but it's really up to you to implement all these tips if you want to see your social anxiety go down. Okay, you will always have it. I'm not going to act like you won't always have it. But at the end of the day, once you understand that it's up to you, it's your life, you can be controlled by it or you can learn to live with it. And if you can just continue to be controlled by it, you're always going to have these regrets of things that you could have done, conversations you could have had, you should have had. Or you could be like, okay, this scares me, but I'm still going to do it. And even though it still scares you, it scares you less because you got used to doing it. And you're able to live a life that's more true and full to yourself. It's your choice. But I know which one is going to leave you feeling overall better in your life and more complete, more fulfilled. Hopefully you guys actually take these tips that are useful. I know it's a little bit everywhere, but these are really the things that helps me out, and I know that they can help you out too, but you just got to implement them in your life as well. Take care.